guys, welcome back to the channel, Daughter of Increase. My name is NayDenise. For those of you who are new to the channel or who just happen to stumble across this video, and I'm the founder and creator of Daughter of Increase Ministries, that is DOI Ministries. And here on this channel, I help you to increase in your faith and relationship with God and Christ through Bible studies, book reviews, discussions, and more. And I do that by posting videos twice a week, every Wednesday and Saturday. And as the title says above or below, wherever the title is, this video is a reading vlog. Now, I was supposed to record this reading vlog like 2 months ago, but I opted not to do it 2 months ago, and then I was going to do it last month and opted not to because I wanted to really do this vlog around the time of the release of the book that is in the title, and that is Potiphar's Wife by Miss Mesu Andrews. Yes, a new book from her. I am so stoked for this. And so I've been waiting and I've been waiting and I've been waiting and I've been waiting, and luckily I waited long enough because I did end up getting a Kindle from my mom. My sister actually she won a Kindle in school, and my sister isn't really into ebooks, reading much or anything like that, and so I was gonna take it, but my mom wanted the new Kindle because it's like the updated Kindle, and so I took my mother's old Kindle, and so yeah, I have a Kindle. This is the Kindle Fire tablet, the original 7-inch one, like the OOG one. Like, my mom's had this for years, and yeah, so she gave me this one, and she took the new one for my sister, and so yeah, I have a Kindle, and I'll be reading directly from the Kindle, which I'm so excited about. And so I am going to start by reading the information for you guys about this book. I pulled it up both on Goodreads and her website, so if you want to check out Goodreads, you can do that. Link is below. But yeah, let's dive in. And so I am ecstatic about this book overall, like overall ecstatic. And so on Goodreads and her website, it says, the drama of the Old Testament comes to life as one of the Bible's most infamous women longs for Joseph, her husband's servant, in this riveting novel from the award-winning author of Isaiah's Legacy. And let me just say, Isaiah's Daughter and Isaiah's Legacy, my top 2 favorite books from Mesu Andrews ever. Okay, so moving on. So before she is Potiphar's wife, Zulika, I think that's how you say that. I'm probably saying it wrong because you guys know we pronounce things wrong. So I'm gonna just say Z for short. So this is her name here on the screen, but Z for short is a king's daughter on the Isle of Crete. I think that's Crete, where the sisterhood of women rules in the absence of their seafaring husbands. Now that she's come of age, Z knows she will soon be betrothed. Her father believes his robust trade with Egypt will ensure Pharaoh's obligation to marry his daughter. But Pharaoh refuses and gives her instead to Potiphar, the captain of his bodyguards, a crusty bachelor twice her age, who would rather have a new horse than a mignon wife. I think that's how you say the word. It's on the screen. So abandoned by her father, rejected by Pharaoh, and humiliated by Potiphar's indifference, she yearns for affection. But when her obsession with Joseph, the Hebrew chamberlain, with the face and the body of the gods, goes terribly wrong, she discovers the truth. Only the God of Joseph can heal her wounded heart. And so, as you see, this is going to focus on the story of Joseph, particularly around that time where we find that he is being sort of tempted and pushed up on by Potiphar's wife, who accused him of raping her. And so you can tell that this is going to be heart-wrenching, this is going to be gut-wrenching, this is going to make you cry, this is probably going to make you angry, and also give you a different insight of what could have been the life for Potiphar's wife, right? And so yeah, I am so excited to dive into this book. I did read those chapters in the book. The chapters are on the screen, and so yeah, it's actually pretty late. I meant to record this video around the afternoon so I had more time to read, but I do have to leave to go get my son soon. And so, like I said, I do have it on my Kindle here, and I have it pulled up. So here's the cover. Isn't the cover just gorgeous? It is something about the covers with the biblical fiction books that I love the realness and the authenticity of it. And so yeah, it comes out on May 24th. You guys are seeing this the Saturday before it comes out, and then my review and everything, it'll be linked down below, but you probably won't be able to click on the link until the release date. But yeah, so this is sort of my pre-congratulations video, and yeah, let's just dive in. And so The book is going to be priced at $16, and the ebook is going to be priced at about $12. It is published by Waterbrook, which is an imprint of Random House, and yeah, oh, I'm so excited. So there is okay, so good. Their contents are in here, and so I'm not really sure how I'm gonna do this. It says 42 chapters, but if you don't include if you include the epilogue, that's 43. And so what I'm going to do, there's gonna be, okay, so there is going to be a map. You really can't tell it too well in here because it's an ebook, obviously. Also, a list of the characters will be included in the physical book, along with a glossary, which I love when those are included in books. And so the first quote that I see, it says, "A slave doesn't always wear chains, nor does a master possess all power." Whew. That is amazing. And it starts off with Genesis 39:1, where it says Joseph had been taken down to Egypt, and then it dives directly into chapter 1. And so I am probably going to read chapters 1, 2, and 3 on camera. As you know, I typically do. I read a couple of chapters, basically at the beginning of my reading vlogs. If you're new to how I do reading vlogs, is I pretty much will read a couple of chapters on camera, give you guys my initial thoughts. I go off camera and read, and then I come back and give you guys my portion of thought for that section of what I'm going to read. And so I think for this, I'm going to do it in the parts that it is in. So if I'm not mistaken, there's 3 parts. So I'm going to do chapters 1 to 3 on camera, and then I'm going to read up to chapter 15, which will end at part 1. And once I'm done with part 1, I'll come back on camera and give you guys my initial thoughts, and then I'll go to reading part 2. Then you'll see a montage, and then I'll give you my thoughts on part 2, and the same thing with part 3. I'll go off, read part 3, come back with a montage, and then give you my final thoughts and things like that. And so I'm trying to make this a 1-day vlog. It might be 2 days. The plan was to make it 1, but my son will be home. He usually leaves to his father's on Thursdays, but he's not leaving till tomorrow, and so I'm gonna have to make this a 2-day reading vlog, unfortunately. But I'm excited to dive in, and so I'm gonna run quickly, go pick up my son, come back, sit right here on his bed, and we're gonna get this reading vlog going, because I'm so excited to see how Mesu takes this story of Joseph and Potiphar's wife and really just guts me. So yeah, stay tuned. Alright guys, so it is currently 6:10. I think I'm done reading for today. I read up to chapter 15, so I am at 39% if I'm not mistaken. And I don't know if you guys noticed at one point I ended up using my tablet and putting the book to the side. With Kindle, there is a way for me to listen to it, like it's reading the story to me. It's not the audiobook version of it, but it does read the story to me, and it goes up to 4 times speed. And so I did end up doing that. Be honest, I am not connected to the story at all. Gonna be honest, I'm not connected. The main characters are obviously Joseph and Zelle, who is Potiphar's wife. The first couple chapters was really about Zelle, getting to know her, where she's from, and her being from Crete, and her romance and all this stuff prior to her becoming Potiphar's wife. And the setup was pretty cool, but I just didn't connect to it, and I just didn't care personally. Zelle just seems to be this stubborn, determined, pig-headed brat. Like, that's how she seems. She seems like a big brat to me. I didn't care for Potiphar at first because of how he handled the whole situation, but seeing him soften his heart just a little bit, I'm interested to see how things are gonna happen between him and Zelle when he returns. I do know that they do have a little bit of a rift between them, but according to scripture, but we have that. Joseph's character is okay. It's interesting to see him be the Chamberlain, like to see it in action, because we normally just hear about it, but we don't get too much about his life and how it may have been as Chamberlain, and how he may have come across Potiphar's wife. And so I am quite enjoying those snippets. Ahira is another character in the story. She pretty much grew up around David. Why am I saying David? She grew up with Joseph and his family. But at one point she was interested in Joseph's brother Simeon, and then when Simeon wanted to bed her, she refused him, and then Simeon sold her. And so she is pretty much heartbroken right now, which understandable, but she was also treated very terribly as a slave, right? And so she has these misconceptions and these thoughts about men because of what she's been through, what she's gone through, and she's putting all of that judgment onto, Joseph, and Joseph has to remind her, like, I am not those other men, and also God is not like those other men. There is a quote that I do want to share. Oh, before my tablet, before it dies, but there is a quote that I do want to share, and it is, okay, so it says, don't assign the sins of men to a faithful God. Elohim will never betray you, and he can protect you in ways I never could, so trust him. And let me put this back on the charger because it's dying. But oops. Yeah. So yeah, I really just enjoy that, because a lot of the times we put the sins of what other people did onto God, and it's like, God is not like these people. We may have been hurt by people, yes. We may have been betrayed by our parents, yes. We may have been betrayed by loved ones, and abandoned by loved ones, but God will never do what man has done to us, right? And so I really like that. Who else? Gaios. I'm pronouncing these names based on how it's being read to me through the ebook, and so they pronounce his name Gaios. I'll put it on the screen. Gaios, whatever, that's his name. He There was always something iffy about him to me from the very beginning. But even more so now, it's a lot more iffiness for me, and I'm just like, I don't trust him, right? And so I don't care for him. He is a sneaky rat. He is a dirty, low-down dog. He is conniving. He is manipulative. Yeah, he's terrible. He is so terrible. And the fact that Zelle is so caught up on her friendship with him and can't see past that friendship veil, she can't see the sneakiness of him. She can't see the manipulation that he causes, right? She cannot see his evilness, right? And she's being warned by so many people, but all she sees is her friend, the one she grew up with, right? And so, so far I'm enjoying it, but I'm not connecting to it. It may be a 3.5. We'll see. But I'm not connecting to it. It kind of reminds me of how I was when I read Pharaoh's Daughter by Mesu. I enjoyed it, but I wasn't fully connecting with the story and the characters, and so that's how I'm kind of feeling now. Hoping it can be at least a 4 stars. But even if it isn't, so far I'm enjoying the writing. The writing is phenomenal. It's a smooth pace with the writing. It's a lot of characters, of course, but it's not that hard to know which characters are which, and most characters have like a particular chapter, so it kind of switches between Potiphar, Zully. I'm calling her Zully, but Zulika, I think that's how you say it right there on the screen. It goes between Ahira as well as Joseph, and so you get these four main characters, right, on top of Gaius and the Pharaoh, and then Zully's father. And so it's about seven characters. That's seven, right? Yeah, seven characters total, but four of them have like chapters dedicated to them. I'm not sure if Gaius has any chapters. I'm not really like connecting to him. I don't care for him, so he can just kick rocks. But yeah, so far I'm enjoying it. So it is 6:15. I have Bible study with my dance ministry at 7:30, and so after Bible study, because it's normally like an hour after that, I am going to just chill out and game tonight and watch a movie. I want to watch Morbius. But yeah, I'm gonna go, and I will catch you guys tomorrow for the second and final day of the reading vlog. Morning, guys. We're back for day 2, the final day of the reading vlog. It is currently 9:20 in the morning. If you're the printer, I apologize. My mom is working from home, so she's printing. But I'm getting ready to dive into part 2, which is chapters 16 to 32. And so I'm going to read 16 to 29 off camera and come back on camera to read chapter 30 to 32. But I am going to listen to it read to me, and I'll show you guys what I mean. So if you click it, there's a button here.
Part 2. Joseph was well built and handsome, and after a while his master's wife took notice of Joseph.
And so, oh, I don't know why I stopped that.
Part 2. Part 2.
You can see
Joseph
4
was well built and
times.
handsome, and after a while his master's wife took notice of Joseph.
So that's how I'm going to read it today, because I do have quite a lot of things to do this morning. And so I didn't get up on time this morning. Woke up late. My son was almost late to school, and so it is what it is. And so I'm going to go through my planner real quick, then send the scripture and prayer out for the dance ministry, and yeah, hopefully I can get to 30 to 32 by like 10, give or take. It's 9:10 now, so yeah, you're not going to see me do this part. Obviously, I'm just letting you guys know we are here for day 2, so I will montage in a few. Hey guys, so it is now 1:07. I finished reading part 2, which was chapters 16 to 32. And again, I'm gonna be honest, I'm not really caring. Zelly, she's pissing me off with her naivety. No, I won't even say naivety, just with the illusion that she has. Gaius he gotta go. He gotta go. Like, I thought we got rid of him, but clearly not. He got to go. Even if he has to die. Like, that's how I feel. He is ruthless, manipulative. He is the type of person that the Bible tells you not to be around. Like, the condescending type of person who is double-minded, who don't know what they want, who's really aggressive, who takes what they want because they feel like they deserve it. Like, I feel bad for Zelly because of how everything is playing out for her. It's kind of like, she's been abandoned by everybody, but she hasn't been abandoned by everyone. It's a hard place to be in. But I am overall enjoying, I guess, the writing. Do I connect to any of the characters? Not at all. Not at all. If I have to say, excuse me, I'm tired. But if I had to give this a rating right now, maybe a 4. Like, I'm enjoying the backstory of Zelle. I'm enjoying the writing, right? But I'm not connecting to the story. Hence why you see me, guys, like, I'm listening to it because it's reading it to me. So I'm 77% of the way through with this book, and I am gonna finish this tonight. But I don't know how I feel about it. It's just like I'm not connected to the characters whatsoever. I'm enjoying the parts about Joseph, but I'm still not fully like engrossed in the story. So we'll see. Um, I am very tired. My son gets out of school in like another hour and a half or so, and so I'm going to update both my Goodreads accounts and then take a break. And I'm gonna finish this book later on tonight. But it's looking to be like a 4, possibly a 4. If I could take points away for characters, then definitely a 3 because I can't stand Gayos. Um, Honestly, this is one of those books that you need to expect to be angry the whole story. Just expect to be upset the whole story. And yeah, Potiphar's wife, she dumb. She dumber than dumb. And the reason I say that is because she is aware of how manipulative Gayos is, and she's aware of how abusive he is. She acknowledges that yes, he's this, yes, he's that. She's been warned from multiple people thousands of times, and she understands that this is him. But somewhere there's this illusion that maybe deep down inside he's still the same person that she knew. But then the person that she knew, she realizes was a lie. So she keep going back, and it's just like it's frustrating me. She's frustrating me, and so yeah, I'm gonna come back when I get ready to finish. Um, Third yawn, did not mean to do that. So part 3 goes from, let's see, chapter 33 all the way to chapter 42 with the epilogue. So 33 to 43. So 10 chapters left. I'll probably read that actually after I pick up my son, come back and finish it up. But yeah, I'm like neither here nor there about it. It's like okay. It's definitely one of those books that will keep you angry. So if you're not looking for a book that's going to make you angry 24/7, don't read this. But I like the quotes. There are some beautiful quotes. I'll read a few that kind of like gutted me. If I can get to it, okay. And so I'm just scrolling. So there's one where I think this was Joseph. Yes, Joseph was speaking to Potiphar, and he was like, "Love wants to trust, right?" Basically, Potiphar has realized he's been betrayed by his wife and all this crazy stuff, and he's angry and whatnot. And so, Joseph is telling him, like, it's okay. Love wants to trust. That's what love wants to do. And then there's another part where he says, let mercy and forgiveness become the ruins on which a stronger house is built. And a lot of the times when we're betrayed and when we're angry, we don't show mercy and forgiveness, right? We're angry. We grow bitter. We want revenge, right? We want to hurt them. We want to make them feel humiliated, right? And so we end up building on top of the humiliation that we cause them. We end up building on top of the bitterness and hurt and the betrayal. But in this instance, he's saying, love, yes, love wants to trust. And then when someone you love betrays you, show them mercy and forgiveness and build on top of that, right? And I thought that was beautiful. Is there another one that I liked? So Joseph was talking to a hero, and he says, sometimes God's favor is simply a spark that keeps hope alive in utter darkness. Elohim gives us each other to keep hope alive. Trust his presence in the dark, but never stop hoping for the light. And I just thought that was beautiful. Like, he was trying to give her hope in the middle of her hard time that she was about to deal with because of her own, because of her own choices, and now she's dealing with the consequences. And she's pretty much giving up hope, but he's like, no, sometimes God gives us other people to spark that hope, right? To keep that hope alive, to inspire us to stay hopeful and to remain hopeful even in the dark moments. And you really have to think about it. Like, when you're put in a bad situation, the people around you, are they a spark of hope for you? Are they a light for you to see that hope, right? And so yeah, that's that. So like I said, it's about 1ish. It's around the 1 o'clock range. So I'm going to take a break, probably try to take a quick nap, and then I'll come back later to finish this book up. But yes. Alright guys, so this is actually Monday, the day before the release date of this reading vlog, and the plan was to have this reading vlog up on Saturday, which I did finish the book on Saturday, but it was a crazy Saturday, it was a crazy Sunday, and then, you know, yeah, and Mondays are usually my Sabbath days, which I know you guys are interested in about why I do my Sabbath on Mondays. I'll explain all that in a video soon. But yeah, Mondays are usually my Sabbath days, but I did want to finish this up to at least post this on the release day. And so first things first, happy release day, Miss Mesu Andrews, into Waterbrook for Potiphar's wife. I know I said it previously at the beginning of the video because I expected to post this on Saturday, but it's going up on the release day, so happy release day. My copy should be arriving. It was actually supposed to arrive on the release day, but it's actually gonna arrive like Thursday, Thursday, one of those days. And so yeah, you'll see me post it on Instagram. However, but yeah, I really just want to give a huge thank you to Mesu for having me a part of her launch team. I adore being a part of her launch team and helping spread the word of her books and things like that. But so my final rating for this book is a 4-star rating. Yeah, 4-star rating. So if I rated this on writing alone, solid 5, right? Solid 5. However, I strongly felt like I hated the characters. And that's weird, right? And I know hate is a bad word, but like I could not stand Zelle. I could not stand Gaios. And even Potiphar sometimes kind of pissed me off with the actions he chose. It's like these characters did things, especially King Rahor or whatever, and Pharaoh. Like it's like they did things and felt like they didn't need to be reprimanded for their actions, and so it was kind of like, I don't like y'all, right? And I get it. That's definitely how it was back then, right? Especially if you're in these high positions, they felt like they could just do what they want to do. Zelle for me, her backstory, I loved the backstory, getting to know her and getting to see what could have happened, and her being from Crete and all this great stuff, her being a princess. I love that portion. Now the part about her mother and her betrothed broke me, wrecked me, right? And I get it. She's in this foreign place. She's in Egypt. She's not understanding things. She's trying to figure out what to do. She's still in love with her husband, but her husband's gone. But when you got people like Gaios, you just want to fight, pretty much. And that's how I feel. Like I want to fight Gaios. Like if I could be in the book as a character, as a female character, I would fight him, because the stuff he said and things he did pissed me off. And the fact that Zelle chose to remain, I don't want to say ignorant, because she wasn't ignorant. She knew exactly what was going on. She knew how twisted he was. She knew how manipulative he was. She knew everything about this man. And yet she still chose to have him on her side. She still chose to protect him. Like, I'm sorry. At some point, your boundaries have been crossed so many times. Your boundaries are now non-existent. And now, you know that this person is harming you. You know this person doesn't care. Even at the very end of the story, when everything came to light about all the lies that he told, it was just like, girl, we still care? Like, why? Why do we care? Now, I did like the epilogue for her towards the end, when she did get a chance to return home. I love that part. I think it is amazing. What she did to Joseph, and how Mesu actually wove in that part of scripture with Potiphar's wife pushing up on Joseph. Excellent. I really enjoyed that take on it. And yeah, it was really interesting for me to read that. I like how she played that out, and especially since we all know that it was a lie, and in the Bible we understand that it was a lie that was told, but Potiphar still had to do what he had to do. I love how Mesu was able to structure that part of the scripture. I'm interested to see what's next, right? What's next? Especially for Miss Ahira and Joseph, because I was like, oh. Now, Ahira is a sweet person. I think Ahira is the type of person that we all need to be, especially when someone betrays us, when they backstab us, when they do things to harm us intentionally. Um, Ahira understood that, even though she was angry with Zelle, she also understood that Zelle was still a child of God, regardless, right? And because she was a child of God, Ahira had to forget her personal emotions and understand the will of God and help Zelle to see, the light. And I really admired that about her. Potiphar, he had his moments where I loved him, and he had his moments where I disliked him. And I understood he was a soldier. He was the bodyguard. He was best friends with Pharaoh and things like that. So he definitely was put in a very hard position at times, and I felt bad for him because I felt like he couldn't be with anybody because of his position, right? And so by the time he really did get to express his feelings about his wife, it was pretty much too late, because so much had piled up of the deception and manipulation that she did. And it was heartbreaking, it was heart-wrenching. I think this is definitely the type of story that will make you cry. It was definitely the type of story that will make you angry. And so yeah. So yeah, overall, a great book. It did take me some time to get into it. As you guys saw, I ended up opting to have the book read to me just because I wasn't really fully connecting to the characters. And it wasn't honestly to the final third that I was like, ooh, 4-star read. Because at first it was going to be a 3-star for me, because it wasn't bad. It's not a bad story at all, but I wasn't connecting to the story. And my thing is, when I read books, especially biblical fiction, I want to be able to connect to the characters. And I felt like with this book, I really could not connect to the characters in any kind of way, whether spiritually or emotionally or mentally. Like, there was no connection for me with the characters, but I did enjoy their stories, and the overall plot I enjoyed. And so that's why it is a 4 instead of a 5. Do I recommend it? I do. It's great, especially if you're looking for a story on Joseph and the situation with Potiphar's wife. Definitely a 10 out of 10 for that. But for me personally, I know I just wasn't fully connected to it. I wasn't fully invested in it. And so because I wasn't fully connected nor fully invested, obviously it's a 4-star read. Would I recommend it? I said this already. Yes, I will. And I think that is it for this reading blog, you guys. So yeah, I'm glad to have done a reading blog. Haven't done one in a really long time. Actually missed doing reading blogs, and so I do have more reading blogs coming for other books that are actually going to be released this year. I did receive a bunch of ARCs, a ton of ARCs. I'm on a bunch of launch teams, and so I will be doing reading blogs. I want to get back into reading blogs, for sure. And so yeah, that is it. So if you made it to the end of this video, post this emoji. Y'all know I don't really know the emoji until I edit the video, and so post this emoji. And if you read the book, let me know your thoughts. If you plan to buy the book, let me know when you're going to get it. And if you're reading it right now, let me know your thoughts. How are you feeling thus far about it? But that's it for this video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Actually, I'll see you guys Wednesday for Bible study, which I am so excited for that video to go up. So you guys will see that on Wednesday. But yeah, that is it, and I'll catch you guys later. Bye.